Hey guys, Iceluslol here, and today we've got a Jinx game for you, and this is Exdingo, and, excuse me, we're coming at you with a Silver 2 NA game. So for bot lane, we've got Jinx Morgana against Lucian Leona. Lucian Leona is definitely the better all-in lane. Jinx Morg is going to be like the poke lane, I guess. Once they hit 6, Jinx Morg can have kind of good all-in, but even at 6, Lucian and Leona are going to have faster all-in and better all-in. So the Jinx lane is going to have to rely on poke. Like right there, that was a really good job poking with the fishbone rockets. That's basically what this Jinx player is going to have to do in order to win this lane, pretty much. And he's doing a really good job of poking. He took a Lucian Q there, but that's okay. Really surprised that... Actually, yeah, I mean, you basically just pushed them so hard that Leona didn't even hit 2. I didn't notice that, so that was a really good job on your part. You push the lane really fast, which is what you need to do. So nice job. I would say that you need to use your potion though, right? Because Lucian used his potion, and potions get worse as the game goes on because for 2 reasons. Number one, you gain more health every time you level up. So a potion heals less relative to your total health pool. And number two, when you level up, the amount of health restored is actually based on how much health you have, like the percentage of your maximum health. So the more health you have, or I should say the less health you have, the less health you'll get when you level up. That's why it's important to drink your potions earlier, right? Because now if you look, you had a pretty big health lead on Lucian, and he actually has more health than you. Maybe by just a little bit, or it's probably about the same, but you had a big lead earlier basically, and now it's pretty much even, so. Okay, so that's a really good job Leona did, or excuse me, Leona did, but then also Morg did of shielding you. So that was a pretty good exchange. Now you're chugging your potion. Better late than never. Pretty bad. Yeah. Definitely just cannot get jumped on by Leona at all in this matchup. Morg wasn't fast enough with any of her abilities, but you can't expect her to be. I mean, she shielded you once when Leona went on you. You can't do it every single time. So you're doing a good job of pushing here, though, when Lucian's back. Okay, so again, Leona got on you. I sped it up a little too fast there, but you gotta be really, really careful about that. Okay, now Lucian's poked you. I would just go back right now. Like, now you're just putting Morgana in a bad spot, right? Where she has to, like, body the Leona E for you. Okay, you're going back. That's good. That's smart. You got a Vamp Scepter. I don't like that in this lane. Because, like, the Vamp Scepter is good for sustain, but, like, they're not a sustain lane. Like, they're an all-in lane, so a Vamp Scepter is not really going to help you against them. A Doran's Blade would have been better in this situation. Like, you had enough for a pickaxe, actually. Okay, that was actually really good. You baited Leona very nicely when Zhao came in. Oh. Ooh, the binding, though. Okay. That was pretty good. I think you could have switched to Pow Pow and possibly killed Leona. It would have been close. It would have been closer what happened there, but it was still really good. But yeah, you should have gotten a pickaxe. Like, oof. You gotta watch out for Leona ult. Okay, Lucian's dead, hopefully. Oh, and Leona's dead. Okay, so you messed up again by getting caught, but you did enough damage where it worked out, and they killed him. Yeah, your build here also, let's go over it. So, like, your item build is fine, but, or excuse me, your skill build is fine, but your item build, like, you got a Vamp Scepter and then you went into Zerkreaves. Like, that's, I would say, a big mistake. Like, you don't want to do that. You want to build an Infinity Edge before you even get Brown Boots, in my opinion. Like, if you're gonna, you can go Bloodthirster. I wouldn't really recommend that, but if you're going Bloodthirster, you should finish that first. Like, you could have had a pickaxe and been on your way to a BF sword right now, but you have a Vamp Scepter and Zerkreaves, and you're not going to do any damage, really. You know? So, I would say that's definitely a misbuild, and staying too close to 4 people like that is something you want to try to avoid. So now you basically got to go farm for, like, your BF sword. So yeah, don't go Vamp Scepter on Jinx, and just go straight for Infinity Edge. In this case, next time, go for the pickaxe, or get a second Doran's Blade and just sit on the money. Okay, that was pretty good. I think you could have switched to your Pow Pow there, your minigun. You were on rockets like the whole time. Lucian has no mana, so I think you could actually, you should be forcing here instead of pushing. Like, you should just be playing up and forcing. Because, like... Okay, Sion's ulting top. You gotta be auto-attacking here. You missed out on a lot of auto-attacks there. Another thing about Leona ult is you stepped into the middle there. Like, if you had just stopped moving, it would have just slowed you instead of stunning you. So that's something else you want to look out for. But because Lucian has a pickaxe and you have a Vamp Scepter, they're going to do more damage in all-ins, but you still could have got more attacks in with your minigun. So Morgana's back, and I'd like to see you just kind of farm here. Like, how much money do you have? Okay, still not enough for BF Sword. Yeah, just try to get BF Sword. I mean, you got 400 gold. Really desperately need a BF Sword, though, because you're not going to do any damage this build. Like, if you just had a pickaxe instead of a Vamp Scepter, you would do so much more right now. Like, see, you just do, like, no damage. Okay, so you got a kill there. That was really good. You should have switched to your minigun a lot earlier there. Okay, another thing is Sion passive. What happens is when he comes back to life, he hits you for 10% of your max health in bonus damage every time he hits you. So that's something you got to be aware of. And don't let him just smack you for free. You have to respect the Sion passive a little bit and kind of run away. Okay, you got charmed there. So your positioning, like, I would have just stayed here in this area. You went all the way up here. I would have just stayed here and maybe retreated even, because like your team wasn't there. So holding. Okay, all right. So right there, gotta wait for Morgana. Can't go in solo 1v2. You're on your way now towards some actual items, but Lucian has Infinity Edge, so he's going to do a lot more damage than you. Something you're not... Okay, that was a really aggressive flash. Okay, so I don't really like how you played that. Like, you kind of use heal for nothing there. You use flash for nothing and then you use heal for nothing. So you ended up getting 2 kills out of it, but like... yeah, don't do that. Just walk up and start auto-attacking. Save your flash to like make plays or dodge steal shots or something. Don't just... Like, you flashed to initiate there, but that wasn't necessary. You had your whole team, pretty much. You could have preserved, you know, one or both of your summoner spells there. That would have been really helpful. Okay, that was really good. You're doing a great job of kiting Sion here. Yeah, you got a little too close to him. That was a good time to like just turn on rockets, because you were so low and he has red buff and like his shield and stuff. I would have just had rockets on and attacked him with that, honestly. Almost have Infinity Edge, but see, Lucian has Static Shiv now, so we're kind of in a big deficit. Him having Static Shiv isn't your fault or anything, but the fact that you could have Infinity Edge, and I mean, you have Infinity Edge now, but you could have Zeal now, probably. Well, you'd have both pieces of Zeal easily for the cost of the Vamp Scepter. Okay, that was a pretty good ult, actually. I like that you have rockets on here. Ow, that RE damage hurts. Yeah, I mean, you had rockets on there and you were trying to stay in max range, but not really much you could do. I guess the only thing I would have... I mean, in hindsight, of course, you could have held your ult and probably hit more people at lower health, but, I mean, you had a pretty good ult anyway, so tough to say. Your skill build is great. But, like, you see how your item build set you back a lot, right? Because you could have Zeal right now and be running faster, and, like, you're not going to die, but you might die. No, you're good. Having move speed from Zeal would have helped there a lot. Okay, pick up Lucian. Oh, rip. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You're trying to follow up on your team, but you just kind of went a little too close. So I'd like to see you try to group mid now. Getting red buff here for free is great. And you finally have a Zeal. at least. And then you went a longsword. I don't know why. I mean, like, you could go Last Whisper to like get some armor pen, but I mean, I think you just need static shift for farming. Honestly, like you're suffering on itemization versus Lucian, so like you just want the static shift for the wave clear since you're backed up into your base, and for the farm, the ability to farm faster is what I mean. That's really important, I think. You delayed that build now by going to Last Whisper instead of Static Shiv. You've got a Brutalizer. Okay. That's even more confusing. Side note, don't 1v1 Teemo because he has a blind. Not good. I'm not sure why you're building Brutalizer. You're going Ghostblade, I guess? Which doesn't really make any sense to me. I mean, if you think it's going to help you kite, I don't think it's going to help that much on Jinx. I mean, you already have 700 range in rockets. So, there's not really any synergy with Ghostblade in your kit. And if you want it to kite, like, I would just get an actual defensive item because Jinx has no escape or anything at all. You have so much range with rockets that shouldn't need Ghostblade this early. And see, like I said, I would have liked to have Static Shiv for wave clear instead of Ghostblade. I don't feel like Ghostblade has really done anything for you. So, I think there's like two main things in this game that happen, and like before I go over that, let me go over your questions real quick. This game is not over yet. Okay, now it's over. So let me go over your questions real quick, and then I'll point out two things that I think could have helped out a lot. Let's take a look. So let's see, questions you had for me. You didn't have any questions. Areas you want to improve on: CSing, trading, map awareness, team fights, kind of everything. Okay, so number one is I think you want to look at the matchup a little more closely, which is what I touched on in the beginning. So you have to consider like the fact that they're better early game and stuff. And what you did right was you pushed and got a fast level 2, which is pretty impressive considering Leona and Lucian should have easily gotten the level 2 just by virtue of the fact that Leona has the Argon execute thing for pushing and Lucian has his Q. Like that should have got them level 2. Even with like if Mork had taken Puddle and stuff, they still should have got level 2 before you. So good job getting level 2 first. That's really important. And you were able to harass Lucian while Leona was still level 1. So that was really, really good. But then you got hooked by Leona a bunch of times. Like she latched onto you the first time or blocked it with the shield and you walked away. But the second time you weren't so lucky and they, you died and then you kind of snowballed out of the lane that way. And then I think you kind of oscillated on your build. Like you panicked a little bit and you built like a Vamp Scepter and Zerker Greaves and stuff and you just delayed your build so much, which hurt your farm, your team fight, and your just general presence. So I think you have to reevaluate your item build a little bit. And like I would go, again, I'll just touch on it really quickly. I would go Doran, like against this lane, double Doran's Blade because they're an all-in lane and the 80 health from the second Doran's Blade, I kid you not, will help you survive. Like it's very relevant. And the extra lifesteal is just nice too for trading and farming and pushing and stuff. And then just go straight into Affinity Edge. Like, don't even build brown boots until you're done Infinity Edge. There are some matchups where you need that, but this is not one of them. Yeah, so your farm is fine. You're trading. Like I said, I would just think about the matchup. Don't let Leona hook onto you. It's kind of a rough matchup anyway. I mean, against Jinx, Leona's very, very strong, but you had a Morgana. But you kind of put your Morgana in some bad spots. Like, you had to like block a lot of stuff for you because you stayed when you were really low and that made her low and then neither of you could stay and get experience. So you got to watch out for that. And honestly, I mean, a big part of this game is just the fact that your itemization set you so far back. You couldn't really do anything. So, you know, I mean, they had a lot of really fed people on their team, but like you didn't really have a chance to compete because of your itemization. Honestly, I really feel like that was a really big part of this game. And that's the good news is it's a really easy thing to fix. All you have to do is switch the prioritization of your items, and you can fix that in one game basically. So I pretty much just told you the build order. And then I would go Static Shiv instead of Ghostblade. I don't like Ghostblade on Jinx at all, I think. And Static Shiv, you can proc the Chain Lightning off your 700 range auto attacks with Fish Bones. You can, in this game, would have been great to defend the towers from pushes. I mean, you can counter push with it. It's also just great for farming. So in this game, you're kind of behind in farm a little bit, and it could have just helped you catch up quite a bit in terms of farming jungle camps and stuff like that. So that's something to consider. Team fights, I mean, team fights this game are not super good to analyze because everything kind of like fell out of your favor. So I won't talk too much about that. But in general, like don't 1v1 Teemo. At the Dragon Pit, try to stay near your team or position yourself, you know, where you can leave if they're not going to be there to help you out. Those are just some small things, and that would be it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you hit the subscribe button above my head that's going to pop up, you'll get an email every time a new video comes out. Stay frosty.